This is W2FJH. We'll be starting the STNY digital voice net here in just about 5 minutes. We do have NetLogger up and running. For those folks who wish to check in early, you can find NetLogger at netlogger.org. We also do have Google Meet up and running, so if you wish to join us on Google Meet, you can find the link at stnydmr.net. So we'll see you folks in just about 5 minutes, sir. This is W2FJH. This is W2FJH bringing up the STNY digital voice net on Brandmeister Talk Room 311367, Wires X Room 83721, and live stream to Google Meet and YouTube. The primary purpose of the STNY digital voice net is to help foster an active digital voice community in the southern tier of New York and to provide a forum for those who are interested or have questions regarding various digital voice topics. While this net is primarily for the southern tier, all stations are more than welcome to check in. This net meets weekly on Sundays at 7 p.m. For more information about this net, please visit stnydmr.net. This net will prioritize short-time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power stations. We currently do have 4 other stations checked in through NetLogger, so the net would like to recognize K3BYC Carlton, W2KDC Dennis, K2WGK Bill, who was checked in and out this evening, N2RWH Ed. All right, when checking in, please give your call sign, your name, and your location. So let's first take a standby for any stations that are short time, mobile, in and out, or emergency power. Please call now.
And to RWH, I want to check in and out.
This is NE2W, in and out of listening, but I got things going on here.
All right, and we have N2RWH Ed and NE2W. Both are checked in and out this evening. Were there any other stations that were short time, checked in and out, emergency power? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there, and just another station checking in through NetLogger. The net would like to recognize N2NRA Cliff. All right, so let's open it up for any and all stations that would like to check into the STNY Digital Voice Net this evening. Please call now.
N2 NCB, Paul, Owego, New York.
Net Control, N30JP, Western New York, Chautauqua Lake.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray, Scott from Sayre.
This is November 2, Union Tango Victor John, Interlaken, New York, currently mobile. Sorry if I stepped on anybody.
All right, and we have N2NCB Paul, N3OJP Mick, KC3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray Scott, and N2UTV John. All right, were there any other stations to join this evening? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Before we get into the announcements and everything, though, N2UTV, John, I heard that you said you were traveling through. So since you are mobile, I'm going to get to you first, and just so you're in range there and everything. All right, the net topic this evening, we were talking about lawn care. Aside from mowing the yard, do you do any additional lawn care, such as watering, weed and feed, fertilizing, aerating, rolling, weed puller, etc.? So we will head right over to you there, John, before you get out of range. N2UTV, how was your week?
Listen to UTV, yeah. Week has been so-so, but go ahead and go through the order. I'm mobile, but I got a hotspot, so I'm good for the entire net.
Okay, very good there, then. All right, we will go first go into announcements. If there's any announcements for the net this evening, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. I did have two quick announcements. One, just to let you guys know, next week we will be canceling the net due to Memorial Day. That's the Memorial Day weekend. However, if you are around 7 o'clock, feel free to jump on and see if other people are also in the same boat there. But there will be no formal net next week. So. My second announcement was that I do know I have some of the recordings of the previous nets. However, I have just been very swamped and busy, and I have not gotten around to cutting out the silence and everything out of them and putting them up as podcast. So I am backlogged. I think like about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks there of videos to edit and get out there. But I will make sure to get those shortened nets there out there for you guys. So all right, moving in for questions. If there's any questions for the net, please call now. All right then, nothing heard, so we will move in for comments. And just to reiterate really quick, we were talking about lawn care. Aside from mowing, do you do any other additional lawn care, such as watering, weed and feed, fertilizing, aerating, rolling, weed puller, etc.? So at the top of my list is K3BYC Carlton. How was your week?
This is K3BYC, Carlton from Darlington, Maryland. Good evening, Frank. Thanks for taking the net, and good evening to everyone who's checked in. Well, I'll say the weather is delightful, and it certainly doesn't get any better than it's been. So in the past few days, there it's just perfect temperatures, and we finally the rain kind of gave up on it there. So it's been nice to get a few days without rain. Um, Lawn care, other than mowing, just basically keeping sticks picked up. Uh, my back lawn is very, very thick to begin with because my trees aren't on that back part. I got about maybe 3/4 of an acre, and the back part, no trees because many, many years ago that was basically a garden, and it was converted to lawn years ago. So it's thick just naturally. Front sides, uh, I have a lot of trees, so we get some shade. So it gets a little thin. Basically, I mow up the leaves, but the big thing, of course, after storms and things, is getting debris picked up. I get that done. I've got a neighbor who drives a golf cart with a trailer on it. He helps out a lot picking that up for me too, and he has a burn pile. So no, I don't do any of the extra things. I got a couple of neighbors that do that, and their lawns look like golf courses, but they don't have trees on their property. That's all I have for now. I hope anybody who went to Dayton, hope you enjoyed it, and everybody have a great weekend and a good Memorial Day weekend coming up next week. This is K3BYC. Back to net control.
Hey, very good there, Carlton. And yeah, we have been getting some good weather there. I can't really complain. It was we did have a few days where it was in the mid 80s. I had the wife actually had me put in the air conditioner. So already, man, I never get away. I go from heat right into AC. But yeah, other than that, can't really complain. Most days have been very nice outside. So all right, next on my list is W2KDC Dennis. How was your week?
My week was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I left Thursday to go to Hamvention and had a very beautiful Friday and Saturday there. Me and I don't know, 40 or 50,000 of my closest ham buddies uh, made some purchases, bought what I expected to buy, what I planned to buy, and of course bought a bunch of stuff that I hadn't thought I needed, but really couldn't live without once I saw them. So it was a great week.
Hey, sounds good there, Dennis. And I'll hand it back over to you. Also, if you wanted to mention anything you purchased there, but also if you wanted to comment on the net topic this evening. So I'll hand it back over to you there, Dennis.
Sorry about that. As soon as I let up on the button, I remembered that I hadn't commented on the topic. As far as lawn stuff, I mow. I do some weed whacking and I mow. Uh, no watering of the lawn. Definitely no fertilizing and stuff. I have way too much lawn and way too little money to get into doing that. So, as far as stuff I purchased at the Hamfest, the expected purchases were Yaesu FT710 HF and the power supply to work with said radio. The unplanned purchases were an Anytone 168. Just because it was such a good deal, I couldn't let it go by. And a couple little odds and ends, the $20-$30 stuff, that's not even really worth mentioning, but, you know, an antenna for another radio and a wire stripper, things like that. But the big item was the Yaesu FT710, so I will be getting into HF. W2 KDC, back to you, Frank.
Hey, very good there, Dennis. And yeah, actually, I'm coming to you right now off of one of the Anytone 168s. So it is a nice little radio. They they had it for $200 online there for a while. And I think I kept getting text messages from Bridgecom. I think they had the same deal going out there during the Hamvention there. And yeah, they're great little more budget friendly radios from Anytone. So I can't I'm pretty happy with mine. So, all right, we have a few stations that have checked in and out. So K2WGK, Bill has checked in and out. N2RWH Ed has checked in and out, and NE2W Ed K, both have checked in and out this evening. So next on my list is N2NRA Cliff. How was your week?
Good evening to everyone on the net and Frank. Fine business there. This week, let's see, 3.8 inches of rain so far this month and a possible frost coming Tuesday. We mow here about 1.5 acres. Lots of dandelions this year, and early on we raked the grass from the clippings. Need to get a mulching blade, I guess, for the lawnmower. So we have 2 lawnmowers. My wife and I both mow the lawn. It takes quite a while, and then a push mower for around the trim and such. And the deer around here enjoy the grass as well. Back to you, Frank. This is N2NRA Cliff and Waverly.
Hey, very good there, Cliff. And yeah, you actually threw me off. Now I'm going to have to go to the weather after the net here because I think he said there was a frost coming on Tuesday. I didn't see that, and my goodness, wow, we really jumped from winter to spring, or winter to summer, and back to winter again, huh? So, all right, next on my list is N2NCB. Paul, how was your week?
Hello again, Frank, and all N2NCB here. Week wasn't bad. As I commonly say, nothing to write home about to Mom, but we survived. And yes, we did get a lot of rain. I looked out the window to check the rain gauge, and the reason I couldn't see where the water level was because it was over the inch mark and flowing out of the tube. So, but lawn care, no, we got pasture grass, and be quite frank, I cannot see putting fertilizer and everything else on it so I have an opportunity to mow the lawn more than what I do already. But be that as it may, we've got about an acre to mow, and of course that comes along with trimming, and so it takes a while to do that, and sometimes I'd much rather be doing something else than that, if you get my drift. But I remember that I got an email switching gears here. There's an upcoming Hamfest coming in Cortland, and that's June 14th from 7 a.m. till noontime. So that's fairly close here to this area. So if you want to go to a Hamfest, mark that on your calendar, June 14th. They are going to have VE testing as well, but they didn't mention where. It's going to be off-site. So apparently that's going to come later on. And with that, we'll turn it back to you, Frank. Take care, all. Enjoy NCB.
Hey, and thanks there, Paul, and thanks for reminding me too. I also got that email, and yeah, June 14th is pretty soon around the corner, and I know actually my next station we were talking about how a few stations from the area should try to meet up for the Cortland County Hamfest, and yeah, we might have to coordinate and see if there's any possibility we might be able to meet up on those days, but. On the other hand, that might be meeting us there. We talked about meeting up there is N3OJP Mick. How was your week?
Oh, good evening, Frank, everybody on the net. Well, I was busy as usual. Back and forth between the two places. Well, we're here in western New York right now. And boy, what a change in the weather. I got the boat on Friday. It was 80 degrees. Went out for a nice cruise on the lake. And just in a t-shirt, in the last 2 days, it's been 55, cold because the wind's out of the north, and windy. So it's been a little rough here outside. But yeah, the two homes keep me busy with the grass. Up here at the lake, boy, the moles are just brutal. And trying to keep those things under control. Boy, they really dig up the lawn. And at home, well, I've never bought a lawnmower. I just fix them. I pick them up and I keep them in good repair. They run pretty good. So I have no issues understanding how the lawnmowers work. And then my wife's new screened-in greenhouse. She's been busy in there planting flowers and seeds. Yeah, she got a couple of big hanging baskets. I got those up. Then she picked up another above-ground garden bin that she wanted painted to kind of match. So, you know what it's like painting aluminum. You got to put 400 coats on it. So it looks halfway decent. So I've been doing that. And I went to a club meeting Thursday night. I was going to come up here, but I was so busy during the day that I just decided to drive up here Friday morning. So we had a club meeting. And grandson soccer, so never a dull moment. And I've been watching all the hockey games that I can. In fact, I think there's one on tonight, Frank. I'll turn it back to you. W2FJH and 30JP. Good evening.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a busy week as usual there, Mick. So, all right, very good there. Glad things are coming along. You got to go to one of the club meetings and all that. So, all right, and yeah, hockey games. Man, I've been so busy I haven't even watched a hockey game. I should probably see who's playing tonight and maybe be able to sit down and watch the game. So. All right, before I get to my next station, this is W2FJH with the STNY Digital Voice Net. Let's see if there's any additional stations out there that would like to join this evening. Please call now.
November 3 Delta, Quebec Delta.
All right, and we have N3DQD Ray. I was giving a little bit of a pause there to see if Anna was also checking in there, but I'll I'll shoot it over to you there, Ray. Was Anna also checking in this evening or no?
No, she's taking little stints.
Okay, very good there. I just know you two usually check in at the same time there, so wanted to make sure I didn't double with her or something like that while I was talking. So, all right, next on my list is KC3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray. Scott, how was your week?
This is KC3WVX. Oh, doing pretty decent. Last night, the Christian blues rock band I play in, we played up at Vestal at Samson's Coffee House. It was pretty good. As far as lawn care, we had True Green come in here for a couple years. My front lawn is nice and thick and beautiful, but I've got 3 dogs that run around the backyard, and they just keep tearing it up, and it just wasn't worth it anymore because it didn't improve my back lawn at all. So I'm back to just mowing and weed eating. I take care of my own lawn and my parents.
All right, very good there, Scott. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were dropping to get another nickel there, or if you cut out. Well, I'll hand it back over to you there to see if you cut out. But the last thing we heard that you were just mowing and weed eating, and then it ended the transmission there.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Whiskey Victor X-Ray. Yeah, I dropped it. Yeah, I just do. You're just plain mowing and weed eating now. Like I said, my front lawn looks awesome. Back lawn's never gonna look great as long as I got dogs out there ripping it all up and making trails. I guess that's all I got. This is KC3WVX. Back to the net.
Hey, very good there, Scott. And yeah, I don't even know. Like, with dogs, and I don't really think there's much you can do about it. They're just going to tear up anything that's out there, aren't they? So, all right. Next on the list is N2UTV. John, how was your week?
It's N2UTV. Good morning. Good evening there, Frank, and everybody else. As far as the week goes, it's a weird one. Being a truck driver, I guess that's expected, and I'm actually still on my week. My weekend actually doesn't start until Tuesday, but just long days this week, and yesterday's run, I didn't get finished up until 1400 this date, and here I am back because nobody wants to work, especially driving a truck. A lot of people just lazy, I guess. What's going on is in my life right now is my youngest has informed me and that the boyfriend finally proposed to her, and they're going to be married probably sometime next month because he's going to be going off to boot camp for the Navy, so they want to get married before he takes off. And then she also informs me that I'm going to be a grandfather come December, so family's excited about that. As far as the lawn goes, I just basically mow, but this year we will be doing a lot of weeding of flowers because the lady that owned the house before me was a flower lover, and they've just taken over basically my whole yard. With that, I'll turn it back over to Net and to UTV.
Hey, John, congratulations on becoming a grandpa there, and tell your daughter too, congratulations on getting married. All right, very good there. And yeah, some of those, I know some of the wildflower mix and stuff like that they sell. I've been told that you don't want that stuff because once you put it down, it will just spread all over the place. So, all right, next on my list is N3DQD. Ray, how was your week?
N3DQD here. Well, I take it that the question of the day, because I got signed in late, um, my node was offline and I was not aware of that, so uh, I kind of got into the tail end. But I guess you're asking about lawns and that kind of thing.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ray. I didn't mention it again, and yeah, if you didn't catch the top of the net there, the net topic this evening we were talking about lawn care. Aside from mowing the lawn, do you do any additional lawn care, such as watering, weed and feed, fertilizing, aerating, rolling, weed puller, etc.? So I'll hand it back over to you there, Ray.
Well, real good, Frank. Real good. Now, we live in an apartment here, and they have a lawn service. We're actually in a large building. It's 116 units on 4 stories, so it's a very large building, and we don't have to worry about lawn care anymore. When I had my house, I did have a group come in and fertilize the lawn a couple times a year, and it kept it kind of nice. But I don't know that my son, since he's living in the house, does that now. We had a good week. Had a really good week. Did get to chat with Mick at the club meeting, which is always enjoyable. And yesterday, Hannah and I went to our school reunion. We went to a rather small school, so the reunion is for anybody who had graduated from that school. So that's what we did yesterday, and we had a wonderful day, just reestablishing contact with old friends. Back to you. This is N3DQD.
Hey, good there, Ray. And yeah, school reunion. That sounds like you had a good time there. Actually, the wife just pulled up my high school yearbook. They apparently have it all online now. And yeah, she sidetracked me for the day there. I spent like the next hour looking through the old, high school yearbook and remembering names and faces that I have long forgotten this time already. And yeah, so good reminiscing. And for you, actually meeting up with these people that you've uh, long since been to school with there. So all right, and yeah, we actually rented for a while too, and yeah, it's just it is kind of nice sometimes to be like, you know what, it's July, September time frame, and I don't have to spend my time going out there and mow the lawn and everything. So, all right, this is W2OJH with the STNY voice, and I have reached the end of my list. So let's see if there's any additional stations out there. If they would like to join this evening, please call now.
This is AD30 Denny in Surrey, Pennsylvania. Good evening.
All right, and we have AD30 Denny. So, Denny, just in case you didn't catch the net topic, we were talking about lawn care. Aside from mowing, if there was any additional lawn care that you did for your lawn there. So, I will hand it right over to you. How was your week?
Frank at W2FJH 8030. Good. We came back from Florida. We left last Sunday and got back here on Tuesday afternoon and still unloading the van. So got a few projects to do up here. As far as the lawn care goes, my son takes care of it now and basically just mows it and does put some plants out, but that's about it. And in our place in Florida, there's a lawn service down there, so don't have to mess with it. I don't. Back to you at W2FJH in Group 8330.
Hey, very good there, Danny. And yeah, I guess I have a buddy that kind of lives down the road from me here, and he always says I'm crazy and I'm an oddball because I like to try to put down some like weed and feed on my yard. I know like the dandelions and stuff like that keep popping up in the wishers. Um, and you know, I don't like them so much. So I put down some weed and feed, you know, once or twice a year, and I don't see them anymore. You know, usually they come back in the spring, and I put that down. And but yeah, he calls me crazy because he's like, "Oh, that's you're just gonna have to mow the lawn even more," and everything. So, and it does seem like, at least for most people here, that yeah, I'm maybe I'm the oddball out. I try to put it down there. I do gotta tell you though, doing a manual spreader and walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth throughout the whole yard, it you know takes about an hour to an hour and a half, and yeah, it was quite a bit of walking around there. So, but all right, 72FJH with the STNY VoiceNet. I have reached the end of my list once again. So let's see if there's any additional stations or any stations that haven't checked in with additional comments, questions, or concerns. Please call now. All right, nothing heard there, so we will make one last call. Last call for any additional stations or any stations that have checked in. Any last minute comments, questions, or concerns? Please call now. All right, nothing heard, so we might as well wrap things up here. I'd like to thank Carlton, Dennis, Bill, Ed F, Ed K, Cliff, Paul, Mick, Scott, John, Ray, and Vinny for joining me this evening. We'll be returning this talk group back to normal amateur radio use. Everybody have a great and safe week there, and have a great Memorial Day. This is W2FJH, and I'll be listening.